Hey yo, what's going on guys? This is Mike Reed here. Welcome back to another toy review by yours truly. And today we're taking a look at yet some more Beyblade X stuff. Yes! And I want to start off this video by saying that this is actually a re-upload since for some reason the original upload got corrupted. Don't know what happened, but I'm a little ticked about that considering it's bad enough that I had to record the entire review once, but as you guys may or may not know, I hate re-recording videos twice, even 3 times. It's just it just drags me down, especially when especially if I'm trying to record multiple videos at a time. It absolutely sucks. But anyways, so let's just jump right into the review as we got quite a bit to take a look at today. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Takara Beyblade X BX19 Rhino Horn Booster, the UX05 Random Booster Select, which very exciting one. We'll talk more about this one here in a bit. And last but certainly not least, the BX08 3-on-3 deck set. So, again, quite a bit to look at today. So, let's go ahead and start off with the BX19 Rhino Horn here. As, I know this might come as a bit jarring because didn't I just look at Rhino Horn? Some of you might be saying to the camera, even though, of course, you know I can't hear you. Yes, we did, but this is the Takara Tomy version. As, well... I should probably preface now as well by saying that all of these Beyblade X releases I didn't purchase myself, necessarily. I got these as a surprise present from my parents, because, of course. And, of course, being a surprise, I didn't know what I was getting, and neither did I have any involvement in what exactly I got here. So, yeah, but still... I mean, this isn't a bad release, all things considered. I mean, hey, I'll take another Rhino Horn. I ain't gonna be mad. So, and of course, this will also give us a chance to compare the Takara, Tomy, and Hasbro releases to see if there's any real difference between the two of them. But anyhow, so taking a look at this booster here. Of course, same sort of layout as the Night Lance we looked at previously as well, with the Beyblade X logo up there. Of course, you get a nice CG render of Rhino Horn knocking out what looks to be Shark Edge in the back there. We do get a top-down render of Rhino Horn there. And, of course, we do get the BX19 Rhino Horn text down here with, of course, its ratchet and bit right there, 380 spike. And so, quick correction from my Hasbro Rhino Horn, or Horn Rhino review. Yeah, I kept calling the bit sharp, but it's actually spike, so, oops. But, yeah, so, and of course you get the Extreme Gear Sports text down there as well. And of course the Takara Tomy logo and a bunch of other just random stuff up there. Of course we do get the defense type logo right there. And, oh boy, big sticker strikes again, doesn't it? And, of course, at the top here, we do get the BX19 Rhino Horn text up there. And, of course, we do have the Blader right there. I believe their name is Chow Pang, I want to say. Or something of the sorts is the name. Correct me, I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. And, of course, right here we do get a showcase of the gimmick, which, once again, just to refresh ourselves, it's supposed to have a high center of gravity, and it's supposed to be able to parry attacks thanks to its compact design. And, of course, we do get the blade, the ratchet, and the bit right there. And, yeah. So, putting the box over there. Let's now take a look at what we get with this booster, starting with the blade, which is Rhino Horn. And again, doesn't look too much different from the Hasbro release, but just to quickly compare it with the Hasbro version over here, you guys can see that the plastic is just slightly off-colored from the Hasbro release over here. So, slightly different. Not by a lot, but slightly. And of course, you do get the rhino motif in the center, just like with the Hasbro release. Also, it kind of looks like the motif is actually brighter on and more flashy, or just slightly more bright on the Takara release. Though, of course, that could easily just be the lighting. But, anyhow, and of course, on the back, you don't get the QR code as well, as you would with the Hasbro version over here. So, that too kind of denotes this one of being a Takara Tomy version, not a Hasbro version, obviously. And next up for the Ratchet, we get 380, just like we did with the Hasbro version. But just to quickly compare, yeah, not too much different outside of the plastic being slightly more translucent than the Hasbro version. That's the only real difference between these two. And last but not least, we get the bit, which is Spike. And once again, not any real difference that I can see from the Hasbro version, except I think the Hasbro version's a slightly brighter green. So yeah, no real differences between both spikes. And of course, both of them don't have the burst resistance either, which isn't exactly great, is it? So, once you put your rhino horn all together, that's what he looks like all assembled. And again, not bad looking, especially for this Takara Tomy version here. So, can't be too mad at that. Next up, let's take a look at the second booster, and probably the more interesting of the two. That being the UX Random Booster Select Shinobi Shadow. So, this one's a bit interesting because, first and foremost, I didn't even order this guy. Just, again, I did not order this guy. So, and neither was I expecting to get a Random Booster Select, considering we don't really buy the random boosters, mostly just because of the nature of the fact they're random boosters. But to have a UX bay already, like, jeez. But anyhow, so taking a look at the random booster here, we can see, because this is a new thing that they're doing with Beyblade X, is these random booster selects, where it's based around a certain Beyblade, right? You can get one of 3 different variations. So you got, as you can see on the box here, Beyblade X logo, of course, and the UX Random Booster Select text down there, with, of course, the UX logo denoting that this is a UX release. And you can also see each of the 3 Shinobi Shadows you can get in the set. Of course, this is the prize one here. And then we have this black one and this yellow one, which, again, really love the design for Shinobi Shadow here. And and with this being a UX release, I should probably explain now what the UX text means. So UX essentially stands for unique line or unique X. And essentially this is the Beyblade Burst God equivalent for the X for Beyblade X, right? Where essentially it's all about gimmicks. Alright, so, sorry for that. Quick jump cut, but anyways, back to Shinobi Shadow here. Let's continue looking at the box. So, taking a look at the side here, we can see the UX logo right there. Now on the back, giant sticker strikes again. Jeez. With of course all 3 of the different Shinobi Shadow designs you could get. Of course you have the prize one right there. Then we have the first recolor. Then we have the second recolor. And then we have the gimmick for Shinobi Shadow, being that, again, thanks to its thin, sharp blade, it should be able to parry and dodge oncoming attacks with mixed success, from what I've heard and seen in various other videos on Shinobi Shadow. But At least in the, promotional video that Takara Tomy did. But anyway, of course we do have the UX blade right there. The ratchet and the bit for the prize Beyblade. Or for the prize version. And then, of course, up there you could also see what other ones you could get in terms of the parts as well. Which in this case, actually, we get 960 LF and 370 GP. So that is pretty neat. So let's go ahead and take a look at the part by part. And spoiler alert, I did not get the price release, unfortunately. But either way, we got the black Shinobi Shadow here. Now taking a look at its blade, it looks absolutely amazing. I mean, wow, does this thing look good. Even from early previews, I knew this thing was going to just be really, really nice, and oh, it is. So, take a look at it. You can see the gear chip in the center there with the sort of ninja / shinobi design there, looking very, very nice indeed, with the ninja kind of staring at you with this blue headband on there. Of course, you have the Beyblade X logo and the arrow to indicate that it spins right. And I do like the launcher prongs as well, how they kind of look like little blades of sorts coming off of it. Kind of looks like something from, I don't know, like kind of looks like something from what's that anime called? Naruto. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Naruto thing. Don't know why, just kind of does. But anyhow, so. And then, of course, you can see the metal blades here, which are very nice. And again, very thin to invoke, again, the whole dodging and repelling attacks. So that is pretty neat. On the back, again, sadly, no QR code because, again, this is the Tomy version, so yeah. So, take a look at the ratchet. For this release, we get 960, I believe. Yep, 960. So, already a recolor and just another of the same ratchet that we got with Phoenix Wing, which for a quick comparison, let me get the one that's on Phoenix Wing. So you guys can see how those two look together. Again, literally same ratchet, just different color. So that is pretty cool. And last but not least, we get the bit, which is low flat. And low flat is essentially just another variation of the flat bit that we got with Dran's sword, but in this case, this one is lower, or supposedly lower, than the base flat, doesn't have the hole in it like the original flat, and has these little, what do you call these, indentations on the little disc part that of course makes contact with the extreme line to perform the extreme dash gimmick. Also, you do get the little notch at the top here, which of course indicates that it has high burst resistance, so that is great as well. So, and for a quick comparison, let me get the original flat, so that way you guys can see how different these two look. So as you can see, it is ever so slightly lower than the base flat. And again, you can see no longer has the hole in it, and has the little indentations on the disc part of the bit. So that is pretty nice. So once you put your Shinobi Shadow all together, there you have your Shinobi Shadow 960 low flat, or LF. And something you'll also notice right away with this release as well is as I'm spinning the bit, do you notice anything? Yes, the gear chip, doesn't spin with the rest of the blade. It doesn't rotate on its own anymore. Really strange change. Not only that, but the clear shield that covers the blade is no longer there either. Again, just to show with Rhino Horn here. Yeah, because as you can see with Rhino Horn, you can spin the gear chip freely on this one. Because again, this is basic line, but with unique line, the gear chip doesn't spin anymore. Why they took this feature out, I don't know. And of course, why they also took the shield off, again, I don't know either. But just very odd changes. But other than that, pretty solid release, all things considered. So, for our last bit of Beyblade goodness for this review, let's end off with the nice big set here. That being the Beyblade X BX08 3-on-3 deck set. And yeah, this isn't a bad set, all things considered, especially since I don't currently have, at least at the time of this recording, the original Hell Scythe, Wizard Arrow, or Knight Shield. So, hey, this is a nice way to get all three of them, since I don't have them yet. And let alone in very nice recolors, too. So, taking a look at the box here, of course I can actually get it to, there we go. Now you guys can see the Beyblade X logo right there, the BX08 3-on-3 deck set down there, Extreme Gear Sports logo right there, and of course you have from left to right Hell Scythe, Wizard Arrow, and Knight Shield. All there with, of course, their names down below and their parts listed as well. So that is really cool. And of course, as well, you get the Takara Tomy logo, and apparently you can check out the Takara Tomy channel for more information. So that is always great. On the side of the box, we do get the Stamina, Defense, and Balance logos right there. And then on the back of the box, you can see what each of the three Beyblades can do with all their parts listed right there, their blades, ratchets, and their bits. And of course, with Hell Scythe, its gimmick being that it's supposed to be able to handle multiple different opponents thanks to its four-bladed design. So that is pretty cool. Then for Wizard Arrow, it's supposed to have really good stamina, so it should be able to outspin pretty much any opponent that you throw at it. In theory, of course. And then, last but not least, you have Knight Shield, which gimmick is that it has this shock-absorbing blades that are supposed to be able to absorb attacks and then push them back. So, pretty cool designs here, all things considered. Or gimmicks, rather. And of course, on the side here, you also get a little showcase of the Extreme Dash gimmick and some various different combos that you could use with these different Beyblades. And what's also interesting as well is that each of the parts included in this set you can actually make the original combos for as well, which is super, super cool. So technically, I do have the anime accurate combos, but at the same time, I kind of don't. We'll get into that more here in a bit. But on the top of the box, just to show that off real quick, of course, you get the Beyblade X logo, and you also get a top-down render of all three Beyblades included in the deck set. So that is super, super neat. So getting that all out of the way, let's go into the part by part, starting with, of course, the blade for Hell Scythe. And yeah, does this look good. Really do like the yellow sort of flaming skull design with, of course, these sides indicating the Grim Reaper, because that's what this Beyblade's based on, the Grim Reaper. And believe it or not, this is actually the main character's Beyblade in the show as well. So how interesting, because again, Dran's sword, as I said in my original review for Beyblade X, just in general, for the Hasbro stuff I got, yeah, as much as they look like the main character, no, they're not the main character. This guy's the main character. How cool is that? But anyhow, of course, look at the back here. Again, no QR code. But again, being basic line, yes, of course, the gear chip does spin around freely inside the blade, and you do get the clear lens that covers the top of the blade as well. And that goes for all of these releases. So nice to have some basic line in here, along with my first unique line release. So can't be too mad. Next, we got the Ratchet, which is 380. And of course, 380 is not new. This originally released with Rhino Horn, of course. And taking a look at the original 380 here. If I can actually get it off. So you guys can see, yeah, not too much different from the original 380, just different colors, and yeah, that's really about it. Same part, different colors. Again, can't be too mad at that. And then last but not least, you get the bit, which is ball. So ball is evidently a very round bit, and I do like this orange color. I think it works well for this bit. And essentially, it's supposed to be able to help with stamina and, and to reduce friction on the stadium floor to, of course, increase its stamina. And, of course, you do get the little gears here for the extreme dash / extreme line gimmick. And, sadly, no bump on here, so the burst resistance is not going to be great on this. So, I can already tell... when we do, of course, get to the testing segment, yeah, this it's not looking good for Hellscythe, is it? But who knows? We'll see what happens when we actually get these guys into battle. But you know, we still got a little bit left before we get there, of course. So hang tight, those that actually come here for the battle footage and not for the actual review itself. Anyway, so taking a look at the next Beyblade in order on the box here, we have Wizard Arrow, and yeah, really nice looking blade. Do like the green sort of magician motif going on here with like the sort of magic effect coming out of the finger there and the piercing red eyes. Looks pretty cool. Of course, you have the Beyblade X logo on the left here, and then on the right, of course, you have the arrow to indicate that it is right spin. So, kind of reminds me a bit of, like the thermal wheel from Metal Fight a little bit in terms of its shaping, which hopefully should mean that this thing's really good for stamina. And a lot of metal on this guy. A lot of metal. Very little of the plastic bit here that you can kind of see peeking through the back. And I do like this sort of lightning bolt effect going on the blades as well. I think it really adds to the look for Wizard Arrow here. And of course on the back, again, no QR code, but pretty neat looking, all things considered. Next we get the ratchet for this one, which is 460. So 460 is I believe the base variation of the 4 ratchet. In this case, of course, 4 coming from the 4 points on the ratchet, and of course 60 coming from the height, which of course is 6 millimeters, I believe. And then on the ratchet as well, you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that, the 6 lines, which of course help to denote that this is in fact 460 and not 480 that came on. So all in all, very solid ratchet, all things considered. So, taking a look now at the bit, we do get Needle here. And this is a very nice looking bit. Of course, this originally released on Night Shield, and we've already seen the high variant on Night Lance, so just to quickly compare it to High Needle, you can see, yeah, it is ever so slightly taller than the one on Night, or in this case, Wizard Arrow. So, not too bad looking. And of course, just like with the original Needle, the gimmick, of course, is the fact that it has this very sharp tip, so it should be able to stay in the center of the stadium really well and be difficult to knock it out. So, pretty neat. So once you put your Wizard Arrow all together here, there you have your Wizard Arrow right there. Very, very nice looking. And then last but not least, we get our defense type, with Knight Shield, which, yeah, I really liked this one since it's initially got revealed, so very happy to finally have Knight Shield in my collection. So, of course, taking a look at the part by part for this one, we'll start off with its blade, which of course is Knight Shield, and wow, does this thing look good in hand. And it's actually quite a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. Since I knew this Beyblade was going to be small, but I didn't think it was going to be... I thought it was going to be a bit smaller, but not a bad size. Not to mention, this... is it just me, or does this Beyblade remind you guys of Gravity Destroyer from Metal Fight? A little bit. But taking a look at the blade, it does look quite nice. Of course, you have the red sort of plastic going through there. And you do have the red gear chip in the center, which, unlike Knight Lance, which looks right at you, this one's just kind of looking off to the side for some reason. With, of course, the flaming sort of head plumage, right, and the red piercing eye there on the Knight design. Very, very cool. And yeah, so just very round, very angular design. So hopefully this thing actually does better than the other two defense types, because, yeah, so far I haven't been real impressed with the defense types for X so far. But hopefully this one could maybe be the one that actually, you know, might be the best of the defense types so far. Or at least for basic line anyway. So now taking a look at the ratchet, we have 480. So 480 does look pretty nice here. Now, again, this is not a new part, as we originally got this on Knight. We originally got it on Wizard Arrow, actually. But in this case, we got another variant with Knight Lance, and then we get another variant right here. So, pretty nice looking, all things considered. So, not bad colors for these. And then last and not least, we have the bit, which is Taper. Now, Taper actually originally came out on Hell Scythe, or Scythe Incendio for Hasbro. And nice to see it again here in this sort of off-red color. And just to quickly compare it to at least my original Taper in my collection, in this case from Tusk Mammoth, you can see, yeah, not too much differences between these two. Of course, both of them have the little bump, which of course indicates higher burst resistance, which is always good considering the nature of the X system. And yeah. Just very happy with these releases so far, all things considered. So once you put your Knight Shield all together there you have Knight Lance all together. And again, he looks really good, so can't be too mad at him. So now let's go ahead and quickly talk about the whole feature of the fact that all these Beyblades can be made into their stock versions, given the parts that are here within the 3-on-3 deck set. So just to quickly demonstrate that, if we take apart off screen here, all three of these Beyblades, we can actually put them into their stock combos. So if we take the Hell Scythe and we put it on the 460, and then we put the Taper on it, so that way it's in its stock combo form now. So here's what he looks like in his stock combo now. Pretty interesting looking. Then of course with Wizard Arrow we can put on the 480 from the Knight Shield, and then the ball from the Hell Scythe. So that way we have now the stock combo for Wizard Arrow. And then last but not least, we have the Knight Shield with 380 and Needle. So now you can see what it looks like in its stock combo as well. again, really cool feature that you can actually do these stock combos with these. And I love just the wacky colors you get out of it too. So that is really, really neat. They did not need to include that, but that is pretty neat. That you can actually make the stock combos just using the parts that are included within the set. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and do a quick jump cut to the stadium, and let's see how all these Beyblades battle and how well they perform within the stadium. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, and we are back. Of course, we have the Extreme Battle Set Stadium here. And of course, all the Beyblades are off screen as per usual. And let's go ahead and battle with all of these. Now, of course, we won't do every single Beyblade in the collection now, given the already pretty long, length of this video. So we're only going to do a couple of videos for each of these. And let's start off with the Takara Tomy Rhino Horn here. Start off with him. And let's, first of all, put him against the Hasbro version. And let's see which of the two will win. So again, performance should be about the same as the Hasbro Rhino Horn here. And yep, I think the Hasbro version won. Did it? Yep, the Hasbro version won. Okay. So, not too much crazy to talk about there. So, we'll just put Rhino Horn off to the side here. And let's go ahead and get into the more exciting stuff here with, we'll start off with Wizard Arrow, just randomly. And let's start off with him against, let's put him against Dran's Sword. Why not? Let's see how these two battle. But of course, we should probably start off with it just on its own, how it spins. So again, it is very, very stable in the stadium. And all you can really hear is just the wind coming off the blades, just like with Rhino Horn. Not much different there. Wow, and right away, stadium self-KO by Night Sword, Dran's Sword. There. So, let's go again. Oh, burst finish by Dran's Sword. Holy crap. I don't know if you guys saw that, but jeez, Wizard Arrow just got destroyed there. But then again, we have to remember it doesn't have the high burst resistance, so of course it's going to burst way easier than it would otherwise. And just one more time with Dran's Sword here. Come on, Wizard Arrow. Oh, burst again. Jeez. Yeah, that low burst resistance does a number on these guys, doesn't it? Oh, boy. So, that kind of sucks. So, let's put it up against something else. So maybe something else has a chance to actually, or could give Wizard Arrow a chance here. Let's go with Knight Lance from our previous review. Let's see how he does against Wizard Arrow here. Wow, KO right away by Knight Lance. Jeez. Alright, let's go one more time. Alright, come on, Wizard Arrow. Wow, what battle was that? Whoa! Okay, big hit. Come on, Wizard Arrow. Dang it, a draw. Alright. So, now interesting. Alright, let's move on to Knight Shield now. Let's see how he spins on his own first. Okay, so he's actually a lot more active. Whoa! Okay, and he hits the extreme line way more often. But then again, it is taper after all, so of course it's going to be a lot more active. So now let's put it against... let's put it up against Tusk Mammoth here. See what he can do. Hey, if I could actually get him to stay in the stadium, that'd be nice. Oh. Whoa! Wow, burst finish by Tusk Mammoth. Really? Even on the high burst resistance, just one hit kill. That is dumb. Jeez. Alright. Let's go ahead and try that again here. Because, I mean, come on, Night Shield. Is that really the best you can do? Ooh, quick KO by Night Shield. Okay. So not too terribly bad. Alright. Let's, I guess for one last match for Shield here, let's put him against Phoenix Wing. I'm curious to see what he'll do against him. Oh, jeez. Woo! Come on, Night Shield. Nope, dead. Wow. Typical Phoenix Wing, showing why it's still broken. Even now, still broken. Jeez. Alright. So, now let's move on to Hellscythe here. Let's put him against Hasbro's Rhino Horn, just to see how he'll do against that. Well, and also to see him spin on his own. Yeah, you can see. Oh, jeez, quick knockout there too. Just to quickly demonstrate, got a little bit ahead of myself there. Him spinning on his own. Yeah, you can see he doesn't move very much on ball. Not very much at all. Alright, come on, Hellscythe. Ooh, good hit. Ooh, good hit again. Woo! Okay. Lots of big hits all around. And Hellscythe barely won that, jeez. Alright, let's try against Knight Lance now. Let's see what he can do against Hellscythe here. Ooh, big hit. Come on, Hellscythe. You can do it. Oh, it's not looking good. Oh, he's about to scrape. Dude, yeah, he's scraping. Dang. Not looking good there. Alright, let's give him one more. Let's do one more. Like, come on, Hellscythe, you can do better than that. Whoa, apparently not. Okay, one hit KO. Jeez. Alright, get over here, Hellscythe. Ugh. Alright. And for our last Beyblade for this testing, let's bring in Shinobi Shadow. Let's see what he can do, given that he's a UX Beyblade. So let's put him against... Dransword. Let's see what he can do against one of the more basic attack types in the system so far. But of course, we'll start off with how he performs on his own. Yeah, so again, pretty much the same thing as flat, but just, you know, lower. And I think it's actually a little more aggressive than the base flat. Ooh, come on. Oh! Here we go. Come on, Shinobi Shadow. Oh, jeez. It just got bodied by Dransword. Are you kidding me? Come on, Shinobi Shadow. You're a UX Beyblade. You can do better than that, right? Come on now. Wow. Knocked out again. Jeez. Alright. Since I kind of feel bad for Shinobi Shadow for that one, let's give him maybe a little bit of an easier opponent with Rhino Horn. Hopefully here we can actually get a battle. Because, jeez, that's just a slaughter right there. Come on, Shinobi Shadow. Oh my god. Woo! Come on. Ooh, good hit. Shinobi Shadow! Hey, alright. Let's do one more match between these two. Alright, Come on, Shinobi Shadow. What you can do. Whoa! Good knockout. Alright. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this review on all these new Beyblade X releases here. And yeah, these are all pretty good releases. Nice to have a Takara Tomy version of Rhino Horn, and of course to have pretty much the rest of the original releases for X. And of course, I'm just so happy to finally have my first UX Beyblade as well. So all in all, pretty solid releases right here, all things considered. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this review. So if you did enjoy this review, then please make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and ring that notification bell so that way you guys get notified for all my uploads. Later, Read Squad, and have a good one.